You've been everything for everybody. The backbone, the blueprint, the strong one. But when's the last time you truly poured into you? This isn't just the start of a podcast. It's the start of a softer way to be, a sacred reclamation. This is the first pour, and it's for you. This is where it all begins, the first pour. In this episode, I'm sharing the story behind the Pour Into Yourself First journal, the breakdown that birthed it, and the heart behind INQ Essënce. If you've ever found yourself in a season of loss, burnout, or unexpected new beginnings, this one's for you. Let's sip and start soft. Before we deep dive, let's check the vibe. Are you feeling a little sweet today? Light, joyful, soaking in the small stuff and letting it be easy? Maybe you're feeling strong, grounded, clear, setting boundaries and showing up for you. Or maybe it's spicy, bold, glowing, walking in your truth, even if it stirs the pot a little. You might be in a steeping kind of season, still figuring it out, not fully brewed yet. And that's okay too. Maybe you're feeling a bit spilled, overwhelmed, stretched thin, still showing up even though it's hard. Or it's an empty cup kind of day, low energy, running on fumes, needing softness and space. Take a breath, check in with yourself. As for my cup, I'm feeling a little sweet with a splash of spicy. Sweet because we're starting something new together. There's lightness, joy, and that soft glow of something fresh. And spicy because, let's be real, putting yourself out there can feel a little bold, a little fiery, even when it's from the heart. It's the perfect blend to lead us into our first conversation together. Whatever your blend looks like today, I'm just really glad you're here. Let me tell you what's been steeping in my cup lately. It's time for a little story time, light pour, if you will. Have you ever had one of those seasons where everything feels like it's shifting and none of it feels soft? Yeah, that was me. I used to be what the young folks like to call a corporate baddie. I was in the room at the table, giving my all. But behind the scenes, I was miserable. Just work stress, but soul tired. Life was lifing in every direction. We're talking family losses, grief waves, navigating the messiness of being strong while silently breaking down. I was fighting daily for a seat at a company that wasn't even checking for me. And then, just like that, in August of 24, I was laid off. Now, let's rewind for a second because life has a funny way of piling it all on at once. My husband and I were just about to close on our family home. September the 5th was the date. I remember still painting walls in hope, in motion. But what came next felt like back-to-back heartbreak. I lost my job, then our home within 2 weeks. And while I was mourning both, my grandmother, my safe place, was told she wouldn't make it to Christmas. We were told to have Christmas in September. Imagine that, trying to find peace when the world around you feels like it's unraveling. I was burned out, depleted, and my nervous system shaken. My therapist gently suggested maybe you should try journaling. And truthfully, that felt overwhelming too. I didn't know where to start. How do you pour out what you barely had time to process? That's when the idea came to me. If I was struggling to begin, maybe someone else was too. So I created the Pour Into Yourself First journal, a 3-month guided journal that doesn't ask you to be deep. It just asks you to be honest. It's soft, intentional, and made to remind you that your healing doesn't have to look perfect. I had this idea for a subscription box for Black women. Cute little vibe, those affirmations, journals, but something about it didn't sit right. I didn't just want to send gifts. I wanted to create space space for us to be, to breathe, to feel held. So Crowning Care was born. And even then, I realized I was talking about what I do instead of what I feel. And it started sounding like sales when all I ever wanted was connection, like girlfriends at brunch, vibing, healing, building something soft and sacred together. That's how INQ Essënce came to life. A podcast that feels like your favorite cup of tea, warm, gentle, and grounding. A space to pour into ourselves without pressure, to write, to feel, to return home to who we are. So here we are, love. This is the first pour, and I'm so glad you're in the room with me. Now, let's shift gears from the story to the soul work. Let's get into some real talk. When I used to hear the phrase self-care, I'll be honest, I thought about massages, getting my nails done, maybe treating myself after I checked off everything on my to-do list. Self-care used to be a reward, not a routine. But life has a way of defining things for you, whether you're ready or not. When I lost my job, our home, and was navigating grief and my family, the version of self-care I used to know, it didn't stand a chance. Self-care in that season looked like showing up to therapy when I didn't have energy for much else. It looked like realizing I had stopped doing everything I loved, watching TV, working out, journaling, just being me. It looked like food being a friend one day and an enemy the next. I had to learn how to treat myself like a person, not a task I kept pushing to the bottom of the list. And let's be real, sometimes that list, I never even got to it. But one day I made myself a promise. Taking care of me was no longer optional. It was law. I bought a treadmill and started running again. I stopped drinking coffee and started sipping tea because I missed the warmth more than the caffeine. I leaned back into the things I loved, journaling, cozy clothes, and a soft blanket, and quiet moments with myself. It wasn't perfect, but it was mine, and that was enough. The moment I realized I wasn't just burned out and it was trauma was in February of 2024. I had gotten a promotion but was moved to a toxic environment filled with microaggressions, gaslighting, and constant questions about whether I belonged there. I was having panic attacks at work. My blood pressure was so high that I was at risk for a stroke. My therapist and I decided I needed to work remotely just to regulate my nervous system. That's how deep it went. I had to unlearn the idea that being strong meant doing it all, doing it alone, and never needing help. I had to unlearn the lie that rest was something I had to earn. Hustle culture was about to kill me. And the truth is, I didn't choose to rest. I was forced to. When I got laid off, I finally had the space to grieve, to pause, to just be. And at first, I felt so guilty. I've always worked. I became a mom at 18. My son is 21 now, and I've never not had something to do. But I'm learning now, rest is not a reward. It's a right. Some days I still struggle to rest without a reason. I'm working on booking a vacation just because it's Tuesday. I'm learning how to celebrate me even when there's no milestone. To anyone out there struggling in silence, you are the main pour, baby, especially in your own life. It's time to embrace that, to live out loud, on purpose, flaws and all. Your healing today won't look like your healing tomorrow. And guess what? You can start over as many times as you need. There's no one keeping tabs but you. And if someone is tracking your wins and losses like it's a scoreboard, they are not your people. Burn that bridge. And if I could go back and talk to the me in that season, I'd say, don't bottle that shit up. It's okay to feel your feelings. That doesn't make you weak. Give yourself grace. Trust your gut. It hasn't let you down yet. Not everyone is your friend, but keep taking risks. And remember, you don't just leave a mark, you change the flavor of the room. So sip slow, stay soft, and never let them water you down. I want to leave you with something simple but powerful. A truth to carry with you softly. Let's seal this moment with something soft and true. I give myself permission to begin again. Say it with me, whisper it, write it. I give myself permission to begin again. You don't need a reason. You don't need a reset button. You get to choose today because you deserve to start over as many times as it takes. That's not failure. That's freedom. And now that we've poured out a bit, it's your turn. Let's put ink to essence. This is the part of the episode where I leave you with a journaling prompt, something to carry with you into the quiet. We call it Pages and Petals because your words are like seeds, and when you write them down, they bloom. So this week's prompt is, what does a fresh start look like for you? Not the curated version, not the performative version, the real one, the one that feels like you. Maybe it's starting your day with tea instead of coffee. Maybe it's choosing silence over performance. Maybe it's choosing you. Let it be honest. Let it be yours. And if it feels right, share your reflections with us using hashtag Pages and Petals or hashtag Ink Essence. I'd love to witness your growth. Take a deep breath. Let the words settle. And as we close this first pour together, here's a little more love to carry you through. You showed up for yourself today, and that's no small thing. This was just the first pour, certainly not the last. Next week, we're diving into unlearning hustle, reclaiming rest. If today's episode moved you, inspired you, or made you feel seen, please share it with a friend. Tag us using First Pour Friday or hashtag Ink Essence so we can pour right back into you. And hey, we're looking for guests. If you've got a story of healing, transformation, or soft rebellion, I'd love to sit across the mic from you. Visit dannycarr.com/Ink Essence and let's make magic together. Until then, keep pouring softness, truth, and love back into your cup. This is Ink Essence, and I'll meet you here again soon.